Welcome, Cancer, to your May 2022 reading. Thanks so much for tuning into my channel. Now, Cancer, this month I'm offering a special on top of my normal free mini reading that I give to all new subscribers. If you're already a subscriber or you don't want to subscribe, I'm offering a special this month where you can ask a question in the comments section below and I'll get back to you with a brief answer. You still get that free mini reading if you are a new subby, so just make sure you put new subscriber in your comments if you do want to get that full, more in-depth reading. But if you just have a question to ask, for this month only, I am opening it up to everyone to ask a question and I will get back to you as soon as I can. But let's get into this month's reading. Now, you've got several cups in this reading, so I feel like there's a lot of emotion going on here for you. Now, I also feel like you've got a significant Scorpio here in your life for some of you, or if not a Scorpio, another water sign like yourself, so a Pisces, a Cancer like yourself, or a Scorpio. But you have also a Leo that could be potentially significant showing up for you, and also some earth signs here, a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. But you start out with the energy of the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups is such a beautiful, loving, emotional energy. And this, as I said, I would normally read this as a Scorpio. And the fact that you've got the Death card here as well, now don't be alarmed about that, but the Death card also does represent the Scorpio. So I feel like there could be some issues going on here with that person. Now, it is more about the character of the cards, or that the character of the person, I should say, that the cards are describing more so than the star sign. Just because I'm not an astrologer here, but just because, you know, with your rising sign, your moon sign, all of that kind of stuff, it can depend on what planets you have in your birth chart that are more dominant. But the Queen of Cups is, as I said, someone so beautiful, so emotional. They are so very intuitive as well, and they're really good at being able to express their emotions freely, no matter what their emotions are, whether they're strong, negative emotions, or, you know, the way they feel. They don't hold their punches, so to speak, but they are very passionate, they're very loyal, they're very nurturing, and they just care so much about their family and their friends. And you know, I feel like in a way this does describe you as well, Cancer. But the Queen of Cups, when she's showing up, if she's not talking about a person, and I say she because Queen is a she, but this is non-gender specific here, so this is just the energy that we're talking about, more so than, you know, being a male or a female. But when the Queen does show up in a reading, this is really a deeply emotional card, and it's asking you to care for others, but also to nurture yourself a lot. Now, I feel like you've got a lot of worries, a lot of mental stress here. The Queen is right above that Nine of Swords, and this is a card that really does talk about a lot of worries or negative mental thoughts that you've been having. This can even talk about you having a lot of sleepless nights, even nightmares, possibly. But there's a lot of feelings and emotions going on in your life in May, and I feel that there's something quite significant going on in your relationships here, and there could be some worries as well going on regarding that. But I feel like, and you know, this is a relationship that is either platonic or intimate. It's not actually merely talking about romantic relationships here, but I feel like there are some worries and some sleepless nights that you are having regarding someone. Now, this can also talk about some really psychic experiences that are coming in for you, and you're a Cancer, so I feel like, you know, most water signs are very intuitive, so I feel like there could be some psychic stuff coming through for you, and this can also be a little bit worrying perhaps for some of you. But this is really some beautiful loving energy as well. This, as I said, this card, if this isn't describing you, often when court cards show up in readings, it's asking you to take on a lot of these qualities of this beautiful loving energy. But this could also be something to do with this, Leo. You have the Strength card here, and you know, the Strength card does represent the star sign of Leo, but it is really a card that is exactly that. It talks about inner strength. It talks about you getting what you want, but not in a way that is going to be harmful to other people. It's you sort of being strong, your inner strength here, and you really attaining what it is that you want in life, and you're going to get it. This is a card of success here, Cancer, and this is really a card about going within and finding that sort of inner strength that you've got, and almost taming it and focusing it on what it is you want. And this is often a card when you are going for something, you want something, you are delving deep into you to get what it is that you want. Now, this is also, there's a lot of forgiveness and tolerance that's related to this Strength card as well. And there might be someone here that you may be needing to forgive, or there could be a situation here that you are having to tolerate. It's right above the Four of Cups, and this often is a card that can talk about a little bit of boredom, and you might be, it's also a card of having all the things that you could possibly need, but there's still something missing. There's something not quite complete, something that doesn't make you feel as happy as you could be here. And I feel like you're going to be getting what it is that you want. You're delving into that inner strength and going for it. Now, also, I touched on that Four of Cups. If there is a feeling of something lacking, just be careful, because with the Four of Cups, often we focus on that feeling of not being complete or something missing, but there is an opportunity that's coming in for you. And you know, if you look at the imagery on the Four of Cups, you see that hand coming out of the clouds offering you that cup of emotion, that cup of love, that cup of fulfillment. So be careful that when you are focused on the things that are perhaps worrying you, or things that are making you not really quite fulfilled, there is an offer coming through that is going to be worthwhile keeping an eye out for here, for you Cancers. Now, you've got the Five of Cups here. Now, the Five of Cups is often a feeling, again, it's this feeling of lack, a feeling of being left out in the cold sometimes. You could be feeling a little unwell for some of you, but I'm seeing this as almost connected to that Nine of Swords, where there are these worries, there are these issues that have been making you feel like everything's not right, you're unwell, you're lacking, there's a lack of resources here for some of you as well. But this is just an illusion, Cancer. And in this particular imagery, you see these two people standing outside of a building with a beautiful window. And this, in a traditional deck, would be a church. And what this card talks about is, you know, these people are standing outside, they're begging, they've got no food, they've got no money, they're unwell. But if they just went around the corner and into the church, there is solace there. There is people that can help. There's warmth. They can get out of the cold. And, you know, so often if we just change our perspective, we can get what it is that we need and what we want. You know, this card is right beside that card of the death card, as I mentioned earlier. And this card is a card of release. It's a card of letting go. And I mean, look at your Gateway Oracle card, which is letting go. And you know, these cards are jumpers, Cancer. I'm not picking these out. I shuffle the cards and these cards fall out. And so it always just is. It never ceases to amaze me, the messages that come through from, you know, the universe. So this is really saying to me that you are letting go of a lot of there's an ending here to this feeling of boredom, to this feeling of worry, to this feeling of lack and being uncared for here, and not having enough money or not having what it is that you need in life. And this is absolutely coming to an end in May. The death card is that card, as I said, of transformation almost, whether it's in your physical body, in your mind, in your emotions. There is this release, and it is, you know, it takes effort for you to let go of things that have been holding you back, or negative feelings or negative thoughts. But you've got the inner strength here, you've got that strength card, and you know that death card is quite a release. It's lovely, and it's going to get you out of all of these feelings that are in the Nine of Swords and the Five of Pentacles there. Now, you know, what also tells me that things are looking absolutely wonderful for you is you've got that 10 of Cups, and this is the card. This is the happily ever after card. This is the card of having it all. I mean, if you look at this imagery, you see that happy family on the card, the beautiful home in the distance. This is everything you've wanted, Cancer. And I feel like this is on the horizon here in May. You can see it. It's there for you to take. And just by shifting your perspective and letting go of all of that feeling of lack, of being unwell physically, mentally, emotionally, you can get what it is that you want here. This is one of those beautiful cards that are that talks about you taking care of other people, you know, very much linked to that Queen of Swords energy, but taking care of yourself, focusing on you as well. And I feel like you are finding a lot of contentment in May in your relationships. They're positive, they're affirming, you've got beautiful healthy connections with your children, and if you don't have kids, you know, with your friends, your family, all of that kind of stuff. There is beautiful energy here, but this is also that having it all kind of feeling, and also making a wish. You know, make a wish, dream big here, Cancer. This isn't a card of just sitting back. You can get what you want here. You can, like the energy of that strength card, you can use that inner resolve to get that happy ever after that you have been seeking for a long time. Now, you've got the King of Pentacles here. This card is and represents an earth sign, as I mentioned earlier. Normally I would read this as a Taurus, but because this is a general reading, this is any earth sign, so Capricorn, Virgo here. But this is a card of pure abundance. And so, you know, any of this feeling of not having enough money or lacking in funds or finances or something in your life, the King of Pentacles just tells you that that isn't going to be like that for very much longer. And I feel like you're going to be seeing some changes here in May. This is a time of incredible prosperity here and success as well. And when you get this card, you just know that your plans are going to go very well for you. So there could be, as I said, this ending in your life. You could be moving on to different things. There's a part of your life that you are having to release and move on, but when you do, things are going to go exceptionally well for you. There is like money almost falling from the sky when this card shows up. And I feel like this isn't just, you know, coming from nowhere. I feel like you're going to be putting in a lot of energy and effort to bring this towards you. Now, this can, for some of you, talk about a raise, a promotion, and also keep an eye out for opportunities again. So this is mirroring that message that I was talking about in the Four of Cups. You could be focused on your life and what is a little bit stale or a little bit boring, but there is an opportunity that's coming along. And if you focus on all of that other stuff, you're not going to see it. So just keep an eye out for it. You know, at first it might not seem great, but think carefully about it, because I feel like it's going to be able to bring you a lot of opportunity here for you. Now, your final Gateway Oracle card that I did touch on previously is Letting Go. And this, I love to read from the book on these cards, but the affirmation for this particular card is, I surrender joyously to the ebbing and flowing of life. And the meaning of this card is surrender. Relinquish control and allow your spirit to take over. You don't need to do everything by yourself. All is well. It's time to just let it all go and enjoy the ride. Doing so gives others permission to let go in their own lives. The universe wants you to know there are times to hold on for dear life and times to simply throw up your hands and let go. It's time to release any limiting patterns, emotional attachments, or inner and outer clutter. Surrendering doesn't mean that you're yielding to a force outside of yourself. It means that you're allowing your soul to take over. Release the stress of needing to control things, wanting to determine the outcome of a situation, or expecting others to act in a particular way. There is a simple grace and beauty that unfolds when you truly let go. Loving spiritual help is all around you. Simply open your heart and let it in. And that is just such a beautiful message. And I just see this so connected with that death card. You know, I really feel like there are some wonderful changes, some transformations coming in, and you just need to go with the flow here. Particularly if you look at the two little fish in that card, you know, they're flowing down the river and they're just seeing where life takes them. And I feel like this is a message for you, Cancer, in May. So I hope that resonates. Don't forget, please take me up on that free offer this month only. You can get to ask some questions in the comment section and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And I am still offering that free mini reading for all new subscribers. So just make sure you put new subscriber if you do want that more in-depth reading from me. Have a great month, Cancer, and I hope to see you next month. Bye.